Hey guys, this is behind the scenes at Acadia National Park. Boy, am I having a good time, but also, God, am I beating myself up out here.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to this two-part series where we're returning to the breathtaking landscapes of Acadia National Park, where a seemingly perfect scene taught me an unexpected lesson. It wasn't about technique or gear, it was about something much simpler than that, and that something can make or break an image. By the end of this video, I'll share how a small shift in my perspective could have helped me capture details that I totally missed.
All right, ladies and gents, we are back in the mighty Forerunner. What an awesome hike that was this morning. Up in the dark, down in the light. Beautiful views. I think we got a couple decent shots. We'll find out when we get home and take a look. But let's check out Park Loop Road.
I'm all done with scheming and conquest that are heavier than you.
So I stopped at the Jordan Pond Visitor Center to get a wireless signal to try and get a reservation for Cadillac Mountain Sunrise on Sunday morning. They go on sale at 10 a.m. It's now 10 a.m. The page for making the reservation is so flooded that I can't even load the page, and I've got a good wireless signal here. So you know what that tells me? That tells me there's going to be way too many people there. I have no interest in being there to take photos anyway. And that's what I'm here to do, so I'll find an alternative thing to do Sunday morning. Back on the road.
Throw away my silver spoon. I will come to you empty.
So this is Sieur de Monts, I guess, is how you say it. I feel a little silly trying to say it correctly because I know I just can't. And it's a beautiful place. I really just came here because it's midday. It's just such harsh light. Right now, there's literally not a cloud in the sky. The one photograph I've taken walking this trail, which is called Jessup Loop, I think. I can't get it out of my mind. I shot on the 16 to 55, and all the way at 55, it was like just barely there. So I wanted to actually put on the 100 to 400 and see. That might have been too much. Unfortunately, I don't have anything in between with me. The problem was it was in a really high traffic area, like near the welcome center with a lot of people that, you know, don't want to walk very far. So it's hard because I have to set up a tripod in a different location, wait for people to pass. But I'm headed back that way, and we'll see. We'll see if my anxiety and self-consciousness will allow me to give it a shot. We'll see, man. What a beautiful day, though. All right. Well, that was a nice little nature walk. Tell you what I'm thinking. One, I'm thinking this relatively sleepless night and 4 a.m. wake-up time is starting to take its toll on me. Getting tired. And that's not, I'm not staying so sharp, you know. I'm also really hungry, but it's only just about 3 o'clock. So, I don't know. So the question is, do I go back onto the Park Loop Road and hit a couple spots that I scouted out earlier today? I want to. Do I have it in me? We'll see. Gotta pack it up and think on that. Okay, we're doing it. We're doing it. We might as well keep going, right? We're here. It's not like I have to hike all the way there. I can drive most of the way. So let's go. Sunset's pretty early this time of year. We're talking like 5:30. The sky is just so clear. I don't know if we're gonna get much in the way of any interesting color or texture. But you never know, and I'm here, so it's worth a try. Let's go check it out. Woo! Yeah, I'm getting tired. I'm trying to find this place that I visited earlier, as I mentioned, but boy, I can tell you, I'm getting tired, and I am not as sure-footed as I was earlier in the day. And scrambling around on these cliffs, not the safest thing to do when you're not all that sure-footed. So I'm still on the Park Loop Road. I'm gonna keep driving. I may as well see if I can find the spot. My recollection is it wasn't very far off the road. So I'm gonna do that, but I'm not gonna hike in any great distance anywhere because I just need to rest so I can keep going tomorrow. Good morning. We wrapped up yesterday. I did try to go back and find that spot. I couldn't find it, and I was toast, man, at the end of the day. I was not sure-footed on the rocks and cliffs walking around there. I was starving. I just had to call it a day and listen to my body, so I did. The weather looks nice. In fact, I probably don't even need this hat. And the sky, at the moment, it's hard to tell, but the weather says maybe we might have some interesting texture in the sky. Either way, I'm gonna be there for it. Let's go. So today was a bit of a kerfuffle. Took me a while to find a spot and get set up. But we have the sun rising behind me on the east, and we're facing these beautiful cliffs out here. And when the light hits them, they have this lovely glow. And I have some rocks down here in front of me in my foreground, which I'm using as both a leading line with the rocks and some water when it crashes through the rocks. The light is coming and going, and that's great because it gives me an opportunity to just settle in and enjoy this absolutely phenomenal landscape. It's just mind-blowing, to be honest. All right, the clouds behind me here, the sun is getting hidden behind the clouds. Let me show you. You can see there the light is getting sucked up behind those clouds. I need these rocks to light up. I need them to light up. And they're not. There's little slivers of light coming through the clouds. And the sun isn't too far above the horizon yet, so I'm still gonna wait. I'm still gonna wait for this scene out here to illuminate and blow me away. Well, when do you throw in the towel? You know? At this point, I think we've probably lost the light. And these lovely cliffs back here, as you can see, are not glowing the way I would like them to. Coffee. That's really what it's about. Coffee. I'm a little bummed. I may have gotten something though. I haven't even looked at the shots that I took. I know you pros out there are gonna say shame on you, Rich, for not checking your shots right afterwards and make sure everything's sharp and make sure your composition's right and all that stuff. And you're totally right. But I'm still getting comfortable. You know, I'm pretty proud of the progress that I've made as far as my skills go over the past year and a half. But when it comes to being in a place like this, it's a bit nerve-wracking because I've put so much of my resources, both money, time, and emotion, into shooting here. So the pressure's on, and it's gonna take time for me to get through that. It's gonna take time for me to just sink into, I guess, being more professional, or being more comfortable, you know? But what a beautiful place. Oh my God, what a beautiful place. Yeah, let's pack it up and move on.
What you didn't see in this clip was that I had taken a couple shots before I started filming. Ultimately, at this location, I got lucky.
Okay, we're back on the road and headed back out onto the Park Loop Road. I figure this is a good opportunity to try and find that location that I couldn't get back to yesterday. It is on Western Point, I think it's called. The light is interesting right now. It kind of doesn't know what it's gonna do, which means I don't know what I'm gonna do. Let's go find out. All right, I think I've reached the location, not the exact location, but the area where this spot was, because I've looked at my reference photo and these are definitely the rocks. These are the cliffs. I can tell by the variation in color along the cliffs here in the rocks. So the light isn't great. It's mid-morning and it's kind of flat, but that's okay because I'm determined to find this location. Well, I didn't find the exact spot. The thing of it is that when you're walking along a certain part of the coast here, there are so many little nooks and crannies that you can dip down into. And if you just sort of push your way through some branches, you discover a little, view that you can maybe find a composition in. I know at least the 300-yard stretch of coastline that it's at, so I can get back there at some point, but not today. It's a little bit disappointing, but what are you gonna do? There's only so much time and energy in every day, and other things will arise. Well, good morning. It's my final morning here in Acadia National Park. I'm gonna get the day going here. My stuff is pretty much packed from yesterday. I'm just gonna do a quick check and make sure I have everything I need, get my gear on and head out there and take one last stab at it before I head back to Boston. It's cold. It's a bit breezy. But here we are again. The conditions are not favorable. The sky is just empty of any clouds. It's very windy. But I'm gonna turn on my headlamp here and bop around and look for a composition anyway, because I'm here. So we're gonna try and make the best of it. Whatever we get, we get. And you know what? If we don't get anything, that's fine too. That's all right too. We tried, right? We did our best. I was just about to pack it up. In fact, I was packing it up. Right as I was, I turned to my left and there's an island off, I guess it'd be to the south. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing to write home about. It's a very simple shot, but there's some relatively pleasant, muted pastels in the sky, and I'm just watching the clouds pass by and seeing if I can get some nice composition in the clouds. I've slowed my shutter speed down to 2.5 seconds here. I did put a variable ND on there. I'm going to drop it down even more because the water is just so choppy that I want to try and smooth it out as best as I can. So we're down to a 5-second. If I can get focus here. I mean, it's simple. Very, very simple. I'm having trouble getting focus sometimes, but I'm just gonna go ahead and take that shot. You can see we're at about a 2-second shutter speed there. I'm not sure if that's quite enough to smooth out the water, but I'm gonna check and see. It's not like an Acadia classic shot of the cliffs with the crashing waves, or a lighthouse, or a summit picture of islands jetting out into the ocean. It's none of those things. It's simple. It's essence. You know what I mean? I like that. That's something to keep in mind. What I like. Anyways, I'm going to play with this. This is the only shot I'm going to get this morning. When I'm done, I'm going to pack it up and head back to the hotel and start figuring out how to get home. Just packing up and getting out of there. Maybe I'll get some breakfast on the way. Who knows?
Okay, so I have complex feelings about this photograph. It is equally my most favorite and least favorite shot from the trip. I had trouble sort of settling into my skin on this trip. Because of that, I made some mistakes. And while this could have been, I think, an amazing shot, it wound up being, from a technical perspective, it's a failure. But I also think it's beautiful. I love the softness of it. The colors are amazing. And I have an emotional attachment to it because I learned so much from it. So, yeah, I learned a lot. I learned a lot from this shot.
My darling, your anxious heart may well be so. Oh, it weighs you down deeper than you know. Yeah, it weighs you down deeper than you know. Oh, darling, don't be scared.